Okay, so I got some pretty interesting news. DS Pokemon games have the chance of the price actually dropping for once in a very, very long time. Because, as you probably know, the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out soon, and that leads a lot of open possibilities for DS Pokemon games to be remastered on Nintendo Switch. Now, if you've been wanting to play those games and you've never got your hands on them because they're way too expensive or it's just a hassle to get those games, it's very, very possible that the Nintendo Switch 2 will bring a DS Pokemon game, either a remaster, a remake, or just port the game. As you may know, there's been a lot of talks and rumors about a second screen on Nintendo Switch. Now, this is possible because we're getting two USB ports. You can put a USB port on the bottom or the top for the screen. But anyways, maybe we'll be seeing something to do with DS Pokemon games, because if you don't know, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl on the DS, they used to be a bit more expensive, but now since the newer Diamond and Pearl, whatever the remake, BDSP, that's the one, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, are out, those games are a little bit cheaper than they once were compared to all the other DS Pokemon games. Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Pokemon Black and White 2, Pokemon Black and White. They're all up there in price, typically, because, you know, it's Pokemon games. Pokemon Platinum is also up there. But if Nintendo were to bring them to the Nintendo Switch, you would typically see a drop in price. And that would be absolutely amazing. Especially if you're not going to jump straight to the Nintendo Switch 2 because you're like, I got a Nintendo Switch, I'm gonna play those games, but I got 3DS. You could possibly see the games for the 3DS, the 2DS, the normal DS Pokemon games and stuff just drop down. And then you'd be like, let's go, I don't have to dish out $200 for a game. It's possible. Now, I would really love for this to actually be a thing because I've never actually played Pokemon Black and White 2. Yeah, I know. It's pretty strange. Most people say that that is the best game, but I've never tried it because it's too expensive. Yeah. So, anyways, hopefully we get some type of remaster something on the Nintendo Switch 2. It's super likely that we will be seeing Pokemon Black and White 2 remaster or just Pokemon Black and White, because Pokemon seem to do a trend about remastering one generation at a time. They seem to like to do Generation 1, they already did that, Generation 2, 3, 4, we got that in BDSP, and then now Generation 5. So that is really awesome. There's also the talk about Generation 6 potentially being Pokemon Legends ZA, but it's not really the same game, but we're still revisiting a older kind of generation. So, you know, you just look at that and you take it with a grain of salt. But yes, we're most likely going to be seeing Pokemon Generation 5 return on the Nintendo Switch 2, and alongside with that, if you've been waiting to finally play those games and not have to pay a super high marked up price for those games, well then, there you go. You can wait for those because, hey, when you think about it, the reason why they're super expensive is because you can't get your hands on them. But if the Pokemon Company, it's not actually Nintendo's fault, it's most likely the Pokemon Company, if they were to, you know, re-release the games so there's more availability to those games, then those games will go down in price compared to there's no availability to the games, so they're up in price because a lot of people are like, those are the best games, you know, they're the best Pokemon games, whoop whoop. And it leads many longtime fans of the series to wonder why. What is happening? Is it even worth playing Pokemon games anymore? Because I can't experience the absolutely amazingness of Pokemon Generation 5 or even Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Why? You know, things like that. So just bring them back and we'll be good. I'm a strong believer that on the Nintendo Switch 2, we will be seeing a drop in Pokemon DS prices, or we'll just see the games get finally ported over after all these times. Because right now, if you don't know, Pokemon itself is in a tough situation. With the cards, with the games, with pretty much everything. They're in a rough situation. Now, we can talk about it. Okay, so right now, Pokemon, they got the situation with Pokemon Legends Z8. There's a lot of comments being like, the game doesn't look that great. And also, why are we stuck in the city? Now, honestly, my big complaint wasn't really that the game... Honestly, I thought the game looked okay. But it was more like, why are we stuck in the city? Alright, so that's more of a tough spot that Pokemon is in right now. Now we got the cards. So if you haven't noticed, you can't get your hands on the cards because too many people are going to the store, buying up all the cards, and then selling them all for a marked up price. Oh, seems familiar, just like the Pokemon games. So yeah, that's another rough spot. Then we got the non-releasing of Pokemon games. There's a lot of complaint about not re-releasing the old Pokemon games. So you know that's another tough spot. Now, maybe the one okay spot that Pokemon is in right now is the plushies. Yeah, the plushies. You know, those plushies seem to fly off the shelves, and they're not too much of a shortage. So, yeah, anyways, we will most likely be seeing a drop or something happen with the Pokemon products. Anyways, what do you think about this? Are you excited for the Nintendo Switch 2 and Pokemon games on the Nintendo Switch 2? Or do you think, well, all these scalpers and things is gonna make it real hard to enjoy Pokemon once again? Yeah, I agree with you. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And with that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Consider hit the subscribe button, maybe the like button. That would make my day like super, super awesome. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.